Welcome to Cartoons and Stories '01, where exciting adventures and fun cartoons come to life. Get ready for a world of imagination.
In the bright and shiny kingdom of Gleaming Vale, there were many tall knights and strong knights and very loud knights. And then there was Sir Leo. Leo wasn't tall or loud. He was the littlest knight in the whole kingdom. The other knights liked to clang and bash with their swords. Clang, bash, it gave Leo a headache. Leo preferred quieter things, like the rustle of pages in a good book. His books were his greatest treasures. But one day, a dark cloud of worry came to Gleaming Vale. A farmer had seen smoke rising from Mount Cinder, and everyone knew what that meant. A dragon. A big, scary, fire-breathing dragon. King Reginald gathered his knights, brave sirs. He boomed, "There is a dragon in our mountains. Who will protect us?" "I will," shouted Sir Gideon, the biggest and most boastful knight. "I'm not afraid of any overgrown lizard." The king wanted his best knight for the job. But Leo's heart went pitter-patter like raindrops on a tin roof. He felt very, very small. "You will go to Mount Cinder," the king commanded, "and you will deal with this dragon." Back in his room, Leo didn't sharpen his sword. He opened his favorite book about magical creatures. The dragons in his book weren't just roaring monsters. They were wise and ancient. They could be kind. Thought Leo. Maybe there's more to this story. The next morning, with a wobble in his knees, Sir Leo mounted his trusty pony, Peanut. It was time to go. Their journey started in cheerful, sunny fields. Little bluebells rang in the breeze, as if to say, "Good luck, Leo." But soon, the sunny fields turned into the whispering woods. The trees had spooky, grabby-looking branches. Hoot! Peanut jumped. "It's all right, boy," whispered Leo, though his own heart was doing a little dance of fright. "It's just an owl." After the woods came the wobbly bridge. It creaked and groaned over a gushing river. One step, then another step. Leo whispered, leading Peanut very, very slowly. They made it. Finally, they left the green lands behind. Before them was Mount Cinder. It looked gray and grumpy, with a hat of smoke. Leo saw a footprint on the ground. It was bigger than Peanut. They were getting close. And there it was. The dragon's lair. A dark, spooky cave entrance. A puff of smoke drifted out. Leo slid off Peanut. "Stay here," he whispered. He held up his sword, but it felt frightfully wobbly. He tiptoed inside. It wasn't a roar that he heard. It was a low, sad, rumbling sound, like a tummy ache, but much, much bigger. And then he saw him, the dragon. He was huge, with scales like green jewels, but he wasn't roaring or breathing fire. The great dragon was crying. A big, sparkly tear rolled down his snout and sizzled on the stone floor. Leo forgot all about being scared. He had never seen something so big and so sad. He put his sword away. Hello," Leo said in a small voice. The dragon's head lifted. He looked surprised to see the little knight. The dragon let out another sad rumble and lifted his giant front paw. And Leo saw the problem. Stuck right in the dragon's paw was a giant, pointy thorn from a grumpy mountain bush. "Oh, you poor thing," said Leo. Leo did the bravest thing he had ever done. He walked right up to the giant creature. "This might hurt a little," he said, using his knightly dagger not for fighting, but for helping. He carefully wiggled the big thorn. Pop! Out it came. The dragon let out a huge sigh, not of fire, but of relief. The sad rumble stopped. He looked at his paw, then at the little knight. He gently nudged Leo with his giant, warm snout. It was a dragon's way of saying, "Thank you." "My name is Leo," said the knight. The dragon rumbled softly. It sounded like Ember. From that moment on, they were friends. Ember showed Leo his treasure. It wasn't gold or jewels. It was a pile of his favorite things. Smooth, sparkly rocks from the bottom of the river. Leo shared his treasure, too. He read Ember a story about a brave princess and a silly goblin. Ember loved it. They spent the whole day together. They discovered that dragons love to watch the sunset, and that a dragon's tail makes a very good slide. But as night began to fall, Leo knew he had to go back. "They'll be worried," he said, "and they think you're a monster." Ember's happy face turned sad again. He was afraid of the villagers and their pointy pitchforks. "But what if we show them?" said Leo, a brilliant idea popping into his head. "What if we show them we're friends?" When Leo returned to the castle, everyone rushed out. "Did you defeat the dragon?" yelled Sir Gideon. Leo stood tall. "The dragon isn't a monster," he announced. "He was just hurt. He's my friend." The other knights howled with laughter. "A friend," scoffed Sir Gideon. "What a silly story." But just then, a great shadow fell over the courtyard. A giant, winged shape blocked the sun. It was Ember. He landed as gently as a feather in the middle of the castle square. Gasp! The villagers screamed. But Leo wasn't scared. He walked right up to Ember and gave his big, scaly leg a friendly pat. "It's okay, everyone," he said. "This is my friend." Ember lowered his giant head and nudged Leo's helmet, making it all crooked. Then he showed everyone his better paw and the giant thorn in Leo's hand. A great hush fell over the crowd. They weren't looking at a monster anymore. They were looking at a friend. The king's mouth fell open in surprise. And so, the littlest knight taught the whole kingdom of Gleaming Vale the biggest lesson of all. That true bravery isn't about fighting monsters, but about being brave enough to understand them. And a little bit of kindness can be the most magical adventure of all.